and after sharing 4 points, Antrim took the lead in the 9th minute when Owen Gallagher battled his way through before firing over. It would, however, be the only time the Saffrons would lead in the match. Fermanagh responded with scores from Barry Malone, Sean Quigley and Daniel Kill, while cornerback Niall Cassidy even ventured forward to score a lovely point 12 minutes before the break to leave the Ernmen 8-4 ahead. The home side were completely dominant at this stage, and a nice move sent Paul McCusker through on goal, but his shot was brilliantly saved by Chris Kerr. Fermanagh led by 6 points at the break. And the Ernmen started the second half as they finished the first. Sean Quigley on target, one of 7 points he managed from play, 14 in total, as they looked to put Antrim to the sword. Antrim had no answer to Fermanagh's dominance, and in the 55th minute the home side rattled the net. A move involving Marty O'Brien and Paul McCusker ended with O'Brien firing past Chris Kerr to make it 117 to 9 points. And Fermanagh finished off the scoring when substitute Sean McManus got on the end of Daniel Kill's pass to tap over and make it a really good day for Pete McGrath's men. Fermanagh will fancy themselves at home against anyone, while for Antrim a disruptive year ends with a hammering. Final score: Fermanagh 121, Antrim 11 points.
We just seemed very flat-footed today when we got off to a better start than we did against Laois. It was 3-2 for us at one time, but we just seemed to, I don't know, I haven't the answer for it, but our heads went down early on in the game and it was hard to lift from them.
Yeah, the heads did go down, but let's give Fermanagh credit. Their good season continues, Kevin.
Yeah, for sure. But see, they're very solid now under Pete McGrath. Like, you know, they're steady. They did exceptionally well.
Offaly, who after a disappointing loss to Longford in the Leinster Championship got their season back on track with a comfortable win over Waterford a fortnight ago. They faced neighbours Kildare, who were looking to pick themselves up after that crushing defeat to Dublin last Sunday. Offaly started well and were 4 points to 2 up after 15 minutes. Then a quick free from Niall McNamee gave Anton Sullivan a glorious goal chance, but he had to be content with a point after Mark Donnellan's great save. Kildare, though, composed themselves and gradually got back into the match. They drew level in the 29th minute when Emmett Bolton finished off a fine move, and from then to the interval the Lily-Whites never looked back. They almost got the game's first goal 4 minutes before half-time when Alan Smith raced clear, and although he slipped the ball past Alan Mulhall, Niall Darby was on hand to clear off the line. In stoppage time at the end of the first half, Kildare's lead marksman Owen O'Flaherty struck over a beautiful point as the Lily-Whites, who finished with 6 unanswered scores, led by 10 points to 6 at the break. In a rip-roaring second half, Offaly gave as good as they got. They reduced the deficit to 2 points in the 45th minute when Nigel Dunn struck over a wonderful score while under pressure. A Niall Darby free reduced the deficit to the minimum, but in the 55th minute the Lily-Whites scored a much-needed point through their captain Eamon Callaghan. You sensed, though, that there was going to be a tense finish in Tullamore. And 2 minutes later the home side were back to within a point again. Bernard Allen still had a lot to do once he gathered possession, but he brushed aside Ollie Lyons before tapping over the bar. 9 minutes from time, though, Kildare struck a killer blow. Mikey Conway and Emmett Bolton combined to set up Eamon Callaghan, and although his shot came back off the post, Owen O'Flaherty was on hand to palm to the net to give them a 5-point lead. Offaly, though, ensured a tense last couple of minutes when they scored a deserved goal of their own in the 68th minute when Peter Cunningham picked up the bouncing ball and finished superbly after getting a good advantage from referee Conor Lane. But alas for Offaly, it wasn't enough as Kildare held on to book their place in the next round of the qualifiers. Final score: Kildare 115, Offaly 113.
I think they're good at, they put in a serious amount of work. Each and every one of them, to a man, have bought into it completely, and each and every one of them wanted to achieve. But I do think that there is hope in there now, and I think there is belief, and I think they will grow from this.
We're delighted to get in. To start the game we're a bit slow, but probably very happy with